Let the truth and nothing but the truth come from me. Okay? Now let's get into this. Have you realized how some people call themselves spiritual, but if you watch their life, you wonder which box their mind is living in? All right? I've taken some notes on this here. What is this concept of claimed spirituality, but their lived reality shows compartmentalization? This is where others, they talk a lot about higher consciousness, energy, or awakening, but in their day-to-day choices, reactions, and relationships, they lived in boxed off mental patterns, or basically a lot of filtered programs that they have not signed off from, right? It's many files open, and when these things when you are not consciously aware of what is still programmed inside of you, then when the program runs unconsciously, it controls the individual. And yes, they are still an willing participant, but still, it's active. So, this compartmentalization is often visible in behavioral psychology. Ego driven decisions, contradictions, avoidance, judgment, manipulation, or cognitive dissonance. Now, for myself, for example, I too once inhabited a time I was in where a lot of cognitive dissonance had appeared, where I could not make up my mind simply. It's like living in one version of yourself where you decide that this is the right thing to do, but then in subtle choices, there's a lot of back ending happening to where how you actually want to determine certain things to go in your life it's just not there yet, because you're basically split. Okay, so for example, someone talks about being detached but gets triggered by minor slights. All right, or someone meditates daily but treats people disrespectfully. This contrast is not hypocrisy, it's compartmentalization, and it can it can easily be seen as one and the same, but it's there. The mind lives in one box, the claimed spiritual self lives in another. The psychology behind it: cognitive dissonance. They hold two conflicting realities without resolving them. Projection. Inner insecurities or unprocessed emotions get projected onto others. What they tend to do a lot. Ego management. Spirituality becomes a mask for self image rather than a lived integration. Confirmation bias. They see the world only through spiritual jargon, but avoid real reflection. How it appears behaviorally. Over intellectualizing spiritual concepts instead of embodying them. Judging others for not being awake, while ignoring their own inconsistencies. Compartmentalizing relationships. I'm spiritual, but I will manipulate or control when it suits me. And a lot of the times, yes, a lot of the times, they are delusional. 99% of this world lives in delusion. Okay. Emotional disconnection. I meditate and truthfully, to pray means to beg, but if they do all of that, those things, they still avoid inner truth, work, and responsibility. Okay? For a better example, you will hear them blame a lot of people in their lives for their own poor behaviors. Okay? Contrast with true integration. Integrated spirituality equals alignment between inner state, choices, and words. Shows as calm, clarity, non manipulative behavior, and emotional responsibility. You are the only one, yes, who can be responsible for your own emotions. No need to look spiritual. It's visible in subtle energy, not hashtags or labels. So, the big takeaway of this ask yourselves, where am I compartmentalized? Okay. Um, there honestly is a lot of bodies we see out here, but there's nobody home. And they will for a fact allow you to drift because there is no clear direction. Be mindful of drifting. Are these relationships worth it? Are you willing to lose yourself just for the sake of saying you're in a relationship, no matter what it is? Okay. All right. So if they claim I'm awakened, but project, manipulate, or avoid responsibility like it's a full-time job, I assure you there is some compartmentalizing going on. Okay. It's nothing to prove. You simply move in alignment. Right? How you show up in the world will simply match how you feel about yourself inside. Get out of the box. Okay. Let's see here. Yes. Get out of the box.